Hi, friends. Good afternoon, everyone. Please let me know where you're watching from. Please let me know if you can hear me. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Yes, good afternoon. Let me know where you're watching from. I don't know if you can hear me well. Hi, everyone. Oh, good afternoon, Odia Martins. Oh, that's lovely. You can hear me. Good afternoon. Yes, let me know where you're watching from. Oh, Odion from Ghana, you're welcome. You're welcome. Happy Sunday to every one of us. If you are a Christian, today is a triumphant entry. Yes. Ola, good afternoon from Nigeria. Good afternoon. Happy Sunday to every one of us. I know we are blessed today. Like today is Sunday, and I know some of us went to church and we are blessed. We were blessed because I'm sure some of us have closed. Good afternoon. I have a guest. I invited someone and I don't know if she's on now. Good afternoon. Hi, Odion. Thank you so much. Ola, Mr. Ola, thank you so much. Thank you all. Odia, thank you so much for coming. Okay, yes, she's here.
Where were you guys in like second?
Yes, good afternoon, Amara. You're welcome.
Thank
Also,
you.
if you are on the stream, if you are live, if you want to join us, you can join. Okay. And oh,
Hi.
Banke, Madam Banke, thank you so much. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining. Thank you so
Good
much.
afternoon.
Good afternoon, Amara. And here is my guest already here. Amara, she's from Spain.
I'm
Oh,
not
I
from
brought
Spain. I'm from Nigeria,
she's from
living in Spain.
Nigeria, but correct. She's from Nigeria, but living in Spain. Okay, I brought
Yeah,
her up to like share idea because Portugal and Spain we share boundary, right? We share boundary because I know you can take vehicle to Spain.
yes.
It's
Yeah.
not far from each other. We share boundary together. So I brought
Yeah.
her up so that she can share idea. Yes, happy Sunday, Madam Banke. Thank you all for coming. Odion, I can see you. Odia Oluwaseun, I can see you. Thank you so much all for joining in. Okay, I brought someone from Spain so that maybe she can share ideas. I've been talking about anyone that knows I talk about Portugal. I share my life experiences. I try to tell people the real fact. It might not be true, but it's what we are experiencing as a student, what you're going to meet, so that when you
Yeah.
come, you've already prepared your mindset that this is what is obtainable, and try to, when someone shares idea, it is now left for you to now balance it up when you come meeting the fact by
Mm,
yourself. You can
yes.
either adjust or try to live in
At
between
least,
the.
at least be prepared.
Yes, that's it. So that when you come, you are not just taking off like that. So that you would have prepared your mind. Oh, someone told me this is what I'm going to meet. Like the video I shared, the last video I made, I talked about the minimum wage that you are going to meet. I shared a pay slip of someone. It's the real fact. The minimum wage is 760. I shared the likely accommodation you're going to meet. You are going to see the average accommodation that you are going to see. So when you have the accommodation, you have the feeding. These are the two most important things that you need when you are outside: a shelter and what to eat. Aside from that, you can now try to manage yourself if you know how to manage. Yes. So I share experiences. So now we have someone in the house. She lives in Spain. She knows what is obtainable. She knows what it is, how you can get your visa, how she's here. She will share her experience, how she got her visa, how people also that have been sharing their experiences also got their visa. But before you start, Amara here, she is also a YouTuber. She talks about everything about Spanish. Okay, she lives there. She knows what is in there. And I would like you to change your display name. If you can write the name of your channel so that people can also see it and also visit your channel. Okay.
Okay.
So as you are doing it, can you please introduce yourself so that, and also if you have any question, just drop it in the comment section, whether about Portugal, whether about Spain, drop it in the comment section and I will read it and we will reply you. Okay?
Okay. All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Amara Odagu, and I am originally from Nigeria, presently living in Valencia, Spain, with my family. And I also have a YouTube channel. It's Amara Odagu too, the same name. So,
Okay.
so yeah, and I talk about how to immigration news, how to get your visas, and just generally how to live your best life in España, in Spain. So yeah, that's what I talk about. So I think that's basically the short introduction I can give. I'm very
Okay,
happy to be here with you guys.
thank you so much, Amara. I'm sure some of us, I know some of the people here, they are applying for Portugal. But if you can just share like tips on how an ordinary person, okay, let it be like me. I'm an ordinary person in Nigeria, and oh, Amara, they are welcoming you. They are saying you are
Thank you,
welcome.
Odia Martins. Thank you so much.
Okay, let's say, for example, I'm an ordinary person because I'm sure these are questions they would love to ask. I'm an ordinary person and I'm aspiring to relocate, migrate, change environment, and I want to come to Spain and I don't know anything about it. I'm seeing you here. Please, can you just give me brief on how someone like me that is just ordinary, that I want to relocate. I want to change my environment. I want to leave Africa to Europe, now to Spain. Can you just share with us what you think someone like me can do?
Okay, basically, when you want to relocate, you need to ask yourself, what do you want to come to the country to do? That's the first question. Why do I want to relocate? Because that will now give you an idea of what route to take. So if you want to relocate now, and maybe you've finished your first degree, you want to further, you will know that, okay, I can go and do masters. So masters, PhD is an option for me. I want to further my studies. That's one route. Another thing is, okay, you don't want to come for studies.
Study,
You want
yeah.
to relocate. Maybe you want to come to work in that country. You're going to be looking at, there's a new visa route that came out, which is called digital nomad visa. It's usually for
Wow.
digital nomads. Yeah. So you can look at that route. Or if you just want to come and enjoy yourself, you're not thinking about relocating, you just want to, it's short stay visa you're looking for. You're going to be looking at tourist visa. Some people are looking to invest in the country. They have enough money, they have enough funds. They're looking at getting something more permanent for their family. They're going to be looking at the golden visa route. So these are the routes that you can take to come into Spain, depending on you, what you want, what is your plan. So that's what I can say for that. But if you're coming as a student, there are so many universities in Spain, too many. And I always tell students, when you want to come to a country, it's very, very important for you to do your research. YouTube is wonderful because we have done researches and we have brought it out for everybody to have access. But it's not enough for you to watch people's videos and you're not going to sit back at home and do your research. You need to, yeah, it's very important because I see people coming to me asking me questions that they are supposed to know. You know, if you choose a school, you're going to find out that school, is it English? Because in Spain we speak Spanish. Most schools here speak Spanish, they teach in Spanish, but of course they have schools that teach only in English. There are some private universities here that teach only in English, and there are some other universities that teach partly English, partly Spanish. So you need to be able to know, as if you're coming from an English-speaking country, this school I'm going to enroll in, can they teach me in English? Or if you want to learn in Spanish, that's fine. You do a little research to know tuition. Is the tuition something I can afford? Because here in Spain, tuition is based on the courses or the school. If it's a private university, it's usually high. If it's a public university, some of them are lower depending on the course you want to study. So you're going to sit down and of course, if you don't have a budget for school, maybe you have money to gasta, then that's fine. You don't have to do, when it comes to funds, you're okay. But when you know that you're on a budget, you have a particular sum that you cannot pass, then you need to do your research. It's so important. So when you find out all those things and you see that, okay, the budget is good, they teach in English, or the course I'm studying is 100% in English, and this school, from the reviews I'm seeing, the school is not, they are very good. Although in Spain here, their schools are usually very, very good. Yeah, they have very good educational systems. So that one is not in question. When you find out all those things, you can now apply. When you apply, most schools here would allow you to pay 30% of the fees. You're not going to pay 100%. Most schools. Of course, there are some that will still tell you, because there's a school here called Shellhammer. It's a private school. They pay 100%. They'll tell you when they're sending you the admission letter that you need to pay all your fees. So if that is something you can afford, then that's fine. Then by the time you've made your 30% payment, those schools will assist you with the things that you will need for your visa. So things like the proof that you've paid your fees, admission letter, and all those good stuff. They're going to be sending it to you because the Spanish embassy, wherever you're coming from, will be asking you for those things as evidence that you really got an admission. It's very important. And for people who want to come for study, one thing I always tell them is that proof of funds is like the crux of the matter. Like, if you don't get your proof of funds right, study visa will be like you've already failed it. Yeah, proof of funds is so important. So anyhow you want to do, if you want to use a sponsor, that's an option. People are allowed to use a sponsor that is related to you. Don't go and use your grandfather's grandmother. You need to, your grandmother, if people answer the same Sunday, okay, that's fine. You need to use somebody that is directly related to you. You have to attach a birth certificate to prove that relationship. Yeah, and just, or if you want to use your own account, you can use your own account also. That's an option. Just build your account and have what it takes. Yes, very, very important. Then if it's for tourism, you want to go for tourism. Tourism is what I used to tell people mostly about tourism is that you need to know what you're coming for. You cannot say, I'm coming to Spain. No itinerary of what you're coming for. You don't have, oh, I'll be in Spain. I want to go for Las Fallas Festival, which is happening in Valencia on March, so. Then after that, I want to go for what they call it, Santa something, another. That's how you build your itinerary. Itinerary is basically what you're going to be doing during that period. You're telling them to give you visa. Do you get it?
Yeah.
That's how they will know that, okay, this guy is really coming. No, that this is not a joke. He's really coming, or she's really coming for tourism. She wants to spend her money in Spain. Let's give her fast. You need to have your itinerary. Must. Two, when you're coming as a tourist, there is a certain sum that you need to have in your account. You cannot say you're coming to spend money, meanwhile there's no money in the account. That's contradicting yourself. So you need to have a certain sum. In Spain, we have something we call IPRM. That's like the sum that is almost like the sum you're supposed to have in your account. You need to divide it. I did a video on that on my channel. I did a thorough video breaking down IPRM per day and monthly IPRM. When you calculate it, if you're coming now, if you're begging them for 10 days, you calculate IPRM daily times 10. Then you add a little bit more because you don't know, maybe you might get there now, something else to make you spend more, which is usually the case. You add a little bit more, and that will give you the exact sum that you need to be in Spain for 10 days. That money should be sleeping in your account when you want to go, before you start going to apply for visa. Yeah, so by the time you now, because for tourism, you're not going to be needing, it's not like study visa where you have to have a huge sum in your account because of school fees and accommodation and all those other good stuff. Tourism own is maybe 10. If you're a first timer, usually they will give you like 2 weeks, 14 days. Highest, they will give you 3 weeks. But if you're a frequent traveler, they might give you more. So by the time you check all these things and you have them in your account, you put, if you're working, put your employment letter, put your pay slip, put your anything that will tie you to your country. Whatever is going to tie you to your country, you have to put it. If you're married and you're coming for tourism, put your marriage certificate, put your child's birth certificate. These are things that will make them know, oh, this is a family person. She's not going to leave her family and run away. This man is a married man. He has 3 children at home. He's definitely going to come back. These are the issues. If you're single, you don't have wife, you don't have children, then you need, if you have like probably a landed property, you can put that in there, C of O, put it in there. It shows that you have a tie to Nigeria. Put your leave letter from your company stating that they know that you are going to this place and that
You are
they
coming
know
back
about
to your
that
jobs.
content letter from you. Yes, content letter that, oh, we know that he's going, yes, he's going to come back to resume work on so date.
Yeah.
That ties you. Do you see? It ties you back somewhere. But if you just go there and nothing, no tie, they will say this one is looking for how to run away, but it's not how to lie well. So it's very important that you get all these facts straight.
Okay, there is a question on the line. Can I relocate with
Yeah,
my family with a study route in Portugal or Spain? You can answer for Spain. I'm going to answer for Portugal.
okay.
Yeah.
I should
So
answer.
the question, yeah, they said, can I relocate with my family with a study study visa to Spain. I'm going to
Okay,
apply for
okay.
Portugal. Yeah.
Yeah. For Spain, you can relocate with your family. That's relocating with dependents. So wife and children are your dependents. So, but when you want to relocate with them, you have to know that the proof of funds is going to be different, unlike somebody who is coming alone. So if you're somebody who is not so, the money is not, you don't have the funds, relocating with family will cost more. You just have that at the back of your mind. Then also, when you're relocating with family, you have to know that you're the one that is allowed to work. Now in Spain, students can work for 30 hours a week. So you're the one that's going to work in Spain while your wife and child will not be working. Do you get? So it's something that you have to know how to balance. Even if your wife would, your wife will not even work based on that she's a dependent to you. She's dependent. You're the one that is really there to study. So it's something you have to think about and know if it will favor you or not. So basically, that's it.
Okay. The question: can I relocate with my family with a study route in Portugal? When you're talking about Portugal, I think I didn't see the policy, but people have been saying, I've been hearing people saying that you can relocate with your, that's when they grant you that you're applying for the student visa, they give you alongside with your family member, that's your wife and your children. I've not seen anyone who have done that. I've not seen anyone who have done that. People that have been coming, not only Nigerian, I've not seen anyone that have done that. But I heard it's a new policy. I've not seen it,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
people are talking about it. I don't know whether it's a rumor or not. But if I'm asked to give an advice, I would
Yeah.
say I would I would advise the student not to come with the family first.
Yeah.
Why did I say so? You are relocating to a new place. You don't
Yeah.
know anything about the place. You don't know if life would be if life would be okay. Yes, people are saying yes, Portugal is this, Portugal is that,
Yeah.
US is this, US is that,
Yeah.
Canada is this, Canada is that.
Mm-hmm.
But suggest you as a student you come in first before bringing your family, because once you come in as a student, you have right to bring your family. There is a policy that says you can bring your family after you must have received your resident card. So
Yeah.
if you have that right, that it's something that is a policy, you know definitely you want to get your resident card, because even before you leave Nigeria, you know when you are going to receive your resident, you know when you are going to go for your resident permit in Portugal,
Mm-hmm.
because it would have been written in your alongside, you would have been given alongside with your visa. So you
Yeah.
know whether it's after 4 months or after 5 months, I'm bringing my family. At that time, you would have prepared ground. You would have made everything comfortable. You would know the area you're going to stay. One thing, if you're
Yeah.
coming to Portugal, you have to prepare yourself, because you have to know the area. Do you want to stay at the city center? Do you want to stay at the countryside? You have to know. And again, if you're bringing your family, also your children, you have to consider all of this. So to me, I would advise you come in first. Aside from that, the proof of fund that you're going to be presenting, it's different from one person. When
Yeah.
one person is coming, it's different
Yeah.
compared to the other person. And aside from that, when you come in again, it's not immediately you're going to get job. Forget anyone telling you that when you come in, you're going to get job, you're going to get this. Life is not, it's not always so. Yes, there are some people that might, maybe when they come, it's not that when you come, In Portugal, you must have your resident card before you work.
Yeah.
You must have your resident card before you work. So at that time, if you're bringing your family, it's as if there is a whole pressure on your head. So I would advise that you come in first. If you are the man, you come in first. Come and prepare ground.
Mm-hmm.
It's a policy that you can bring in your family. Bring them in for, like when my husband came, it was my husband. I'm a dependent under my husband. When my husband came, I think it was after 4 months, 3 to 4 months. Immediately he got his resident card. He brought us in, and again, he didn't use the family reunification. He invited us. So that was why it was faster. So there are two options. It's either you invite or you use the family reunification. The family reunification takes time, but
Yeah.
at that time he invited us, and that was how we came in. And when we came in, we had to inform SAFE, the immigration body, that we are
Yeah.
around. And before then, my husband had already prepared everything on ground. He had already gotten accommodation for us. He had already known the environment. He had already, at that time, you would have prepared ground for your spouse so that when you come in, you are not just coming in to come and meet force. You are coming in already prepared. I'm going to ask, this is where my wife, or this is where my husband would work. These are where you're going to get job. These are area that you don't have to stay in this area because you are not going to get anything doing. These are what the spouse, the first person that came in, would prepare. So I don't know if I've answered the question, but if you will be the one that will try, that you want to try with your family, applying together. I've not seen anyone that have done it. I've not heard anyone that have done it, but I've been hearing that you can bring students can apply for their family. I've not seen. So, but if you can try it, maybe if there is fun, there is nothing wrong in trying, right? There is nothing wrong in trying. So if you have enough fund that you can bring for your wife, because the wife is separate, the same equivalent you are looking for yourself, you are also looking for your wife. Then the children, they are now half. Like, for example, if you are expecting to have 5 million for yourself, 5 million for yourself, you prepare 5 million for your wife, then your children, they are now half of the money. So you see, all these things would want to, why trying that? I don't know, but why trying that when you come in, your wife, definitely you want to try all your best to also to bring in your family, because students, we are doing, every other person, they are bringing in their family. That's after you must have gotten your resident card, you also want to bring your family alongside.
Mm.
If you have any question, you can drop it in the comment section, either about Portugal or about Spain. Someone from Spain is here, Amara. Our YouTube channels, the YouTube channel name is Amara Udago. I'm going to put it in the screen so you can as well go. You want to know about relocating to Spain? Check out her videos. She has a lot of informative videos. It's it's always good when you have someone there to tell you what is obtainable, not someone sugarcoating, telling you what is not it. Someone that is there will tell you what is real, what is obtainable, how life is. Okay, so you can go to our channel and also check out how easy is switching from tourist visa to student visa. Okay, how easy is switching from tourist visa to student visa in Portugal? To it's actually not easy. It's not easy, but if you are already if you have already applied to a school, already you have applied to a school and you have admission already, then when you come in as a tourist, then that application that is with you, as that you have gotten admission, a school have accepted you, they've given you, then you can now call SEF to inform them that you are already a student. If not, if you come in with a tourist visa, you are expected to go back. You're expected to go back because what you have with you is a tourist visa. But then, if you have gotten admission, you are now, like you got admission in a school, in a university, you can call now SEF and inform SEF that you're already in Portugal and you have an admission, you already have but what you have with you is a tourist visa. Then they can give you a date for your residence permit so that you can, because you have admission already in the school. I don't know, Amarachi, if it's easy when you have a tourist visa for Spain, is it easy to switch?
Anything visa is not easy. Anything visa is not
Yeah.
easy. Especially in Spain, paperwork is not easy here. It's not, because you need to, here they do their things very, very slowly. So if you know that you want to switch, you have to start on time before your visa expires. It's something that you would have planned it very well. It's not something that maybe your visa is expiring tomorrow. You're now saying, I want to switch. It won't work. Because here they take their time to do everything. Nothing you think you'll do it today, tomorrow, it won't work. So no, it's not easy. If you want to switch, it's something that probably you got the admission before you even came to Spain as a tourist. Then you're now in Spain. You can now start applying. It can work if you start on time, but it's not as if it's going to be.
Okay. For Portugal, if you have gotten your admission, that you have prepared you've gotten admission in a school, when you come in with that tourist visa, you have to call SEF. I made a video on legal entry into Portugal. You have to call SEF and inform them of your legal entry into Portugal. Even if you're a tourist, if you come in as a tourist,
Mm.
you are, even the hotel you are going to stay, they will collect all your documents, they collect everything from you. But you also need to inform them that you have already gotten admission so that they can give you dates for your permit, because now you have gotten admission in a school. You must call them so that they would give you dates. You must try your best. It's actually not easy getting them online, but you have to keep on trying before this visa with you expires. You have to call them. Okay, so if you're already in Portugal and maybe you have gotten admission, it is only that you can easily change to. Not that you have a tourist visa and you want to change to a work permit.
Mhm.
What you have with you is a tourist visa. They will expect you go back home and do otherwise and apply for the actual visa that is with you. Thank you for the answer to my question. Can HND holder in Nigeria with over 15 years work experience apply for a master degree in Portugal or Spain? For this HND, I don't know if there is someone here. I'm not going to call name, but I saw her. She had HND and she applied to my university. She recently just got admission. So, and she had HND. She had other qualifications that she upgraded, but she applied with her HND. Before now, I used to think that it's Coimbra, Algarve that takes HND. But I was surprised she told me that Aveiro, University of Aveiro, to accepted her with HND. So if you apply, and one thing again is, it's not all about, maybe you in Portugal, it's not whether you have maybe a good result. Yes, good result matters. Yes, it's you stand a chance, but your years of experience, your motivation letters, all of them have their marks. So it's not all about, I have a 2-1, I have a first class. Yes, it has its own grade, but your years of experience also matters. Your motivation letter also matters. Those, it has their own grade. So if I've heard some people tell me, I have a third class, I have this, I don't know if I can apply. I tell people, I know of one person, she was telling me, I have a third class, I'm scared, I don't know if I will. I just told her that I've not seen anyone, but if you can apply, she has a good motivation letter, and um, years of experience. I don't know how this person was able to write. And she was given.
Mm.
So you see, yes, and she was giving. So don't don't see yourself that, yes, I'm having a third class, try your best. Let your years of experience speak for you. When I was to apply for my course, what they listed, I don't even have it. All the languages, programming language, I don't even, where did they teach me? They did not teach me anything. But then my husband was in fact, the letter I wrote, I'm sure that do I even know how to, Microsoft Excel is not just the normal one that we use. Oh. If you know what is they asked, do I know this language? Do I know this programming language? I told them, I'm very good at it. I'm sure that was what they saw, and I was accepted in the course.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's the way you package
Yes.
yourself. There are some people, they don't even, if you search their head, maybe they did not even teach them very well. But the way they have painted themselves, that was what gave them what they actually requested for. Okay, so for an HND over 15 years of experience, 15 work experience, you stand a chance. Yes, apply. Your years of experience, even by the time you write all this in your motivation letter, there is no age barrier. That's one thing you should know. There is no age barrier. in I've seen someone who is I've heard, although the person did not finally come, who was approaching 50, and he applied for masters. He was given, but he did not come again. So, so I hope I've answered the question. So in Spain, I don't know. Have you heard anyone that
I
has
I have
HND?
I have somebody
And
in my house that is a my husband. My husband used his HND degree to get admission into a university here. So yes, it's very
yeah,
possible.
so
Not allow that to stop you. Very, very possible.
yes, don't allow that. Did you hear that? Don't allow that to stop you. You can as well go to our channel and watch our videos, okay? Watch our videos and listen. It is good when you listen to people's video, you also go back and do your own
Research,
research. It's
yeah.
really, really important, okay? There is a question, as a self-employed person wishing to apply for study visa to Portugal, can
Yes.
certificate be used as proof of work?
When you have a
Do you
business,
understand?
yes, I
Huh?
understand. When the person is a owner of a business, you have to put your CSC
Yeah.
certificates showing that this business is registered in Nigeria. So you can use that CSC certificate for if you own a business, but if it's somebody that is working, you're working for somebody, it's an employment letter you will need, not CSC certificate. I don't know if you
Okay.
get.
Okay, I think she's trying to say if she can submit it alongside with study well, if she wants to apply for visa, right?
She says as a
Is that what?
self-employed. Yeah, she's self-employed. So yes, that means she owns a business.
Yeah,
Yeah, she can use
yeah.
that. Yes, as proof of work. Yes, yes, that's what you need actually.
Okay, okay. So, Amara, now that you are here, since Portugal and Spain, it seems it's as if when I listen to your video, it's as if they are both
They are
like
they are
almost
they
the
are, they
same.
are the
But I
same.
want to,
They are sisters of the same
yeah,
mother.
yeah, yes. I want to know as a student now if I'm a student in Spain now, you said I can work for 30 hours. Okay. At the end of my study in Spain, am I expected to go back home? Like, can I stay back after my study and maybe try and get their PR or their citizenship? I don't know if you as a
Citizen
student,
citizenship, not
yeah.
yet, because you have to stay like 10 years before you even start to write it.
Wow.
Yes, 10 years before you write exams to get the citizenship. It's not automatic. So
Oh,
for
oh.
staying back right now in Spain for students who are, if you want to stay back, you have to stay back
Yes,
with
for
something.
a master student.
Yeah, as a
Like a
master
master
student.
student that has 2 years to study, after study, is he expected to go back or can he stay back and get job and start life so that he can get the
Uh,
PR?
yeah, if you are about finishing and maybe you started applying, you have to start applying for job. You cannot just stay and now graduate. Remember that the CIE you have is the duration is based on your course duration too. So if you're a master student, 18 months, your study permit will expire at that 18 months. So if you want to stay back, probably you want to just stay and look for work or something. You have to start applying early. That's what I used to say. Spain, all I will tell anybody that's coming to Spain is if you're fast, if you start on time to plan yourself, that's going to work for you. If you wait and wait till you finish school, it won't work. Because at that time you're already irregular. Anything you're doing now, you're even afraid. The day they will control you, they might just fling you back to Nigeria. So you need to start on time and start applying for jobs so that as you finish this one, you're entering into you have a job. And that job, once they give you contract, you already be outside in Segura Social. Do you get? So you can stay back because you're staying back to work. But a situation whereby you don't have anything, or if you want to further, some people want to do they want to do master, they want to do another master, they want to do another degree, they want to go for PhD. Start on time to do that. You can actually stay back and continue. You don't have to go back to your country. Yeah. Before it was not
Okay.
a possibility for you to just change immediately. Before you have to go back to Nigeria, then now reapply again to come back. But now you can actually swap from one master's to another master's or from one master's to PhD as the case may be while you're still here.
Okay, I think for Portugal is also the same, but the only thing is, as like in my video, I used to tell people when you get into Portugal. In fact, the truth is, I'm sure if you're a Nigerian, if you're watching me, I'm sure the moment Nigerian comes in, when they come in into Portugal, they it is job immediately. I
Yeah.
know Yes, I made a video that I made a video and I said in that video that once you come in and you get your resident card, the next thing you should try to do is to get a job. When you get a job, and when you are getting looking for a job, is a job that gives you
Yes.
a contract, because if you don't have a contract job, when you finish your study, you are expected to leave.
Yes.
That is their policy. You're expected to leave. And that is why you see some people who say, I finished, nothing, I have left. At the time when you finished your coursework, because coursework is like a year, then the first 2 months, a year, then the third semester, because you have 4 semester, the third semester is just maybe one or two subjects that you will do. That time, use it to look for job. In fact, there are some people that their courses are in the evening from
Mhm.
6 to 9.
Yes.
In the morning, will you use it and sit down and be enjoying code,
Mhm.
or choose that time and look for, even if your job is from 9 to 6, if you can work from 9 to 5, then from 6 you go for your classes.
Yes.
Get a job. Once you get a job that have a contract letter,
Yes.
then it is that job that can allow you, that you can now use
Yes. Yes.
to, because because every year they give you a okay, they give you a resident permit. But I heard a master student that said he was given a 3 years um, permit. So that one, before that one will expire, is just 3 years. If at the end of that 3 years that person doesn't get a job that has a contract, after that visa,
Yes.
after the validation, you are expected to go back home. But if he has a job that has a contract, it is that job that he will present
Yes.
when he or she goes to serve, and the
Yes.
person will now be given a work permit.
Yes.
Okay, so if you don't have any job, they expect you to go back when
Back.
you finish your study.
Yeah.
Yes, and I'm sure it's also like that in Spain.
Yeah.
And then after 5 years, you can apply for your permanent residency.
Mhm.
After 5 years in Portugal, you can apply for your residency permit. Then at that time, you can now start applying for your citizenship if you choose to
Want to.
apply for that. Yeah, that is how it is. If there is any question, please put it. So, Amarachi, I want to ask you, how is accommodation in Spain?
Mm.
How is it like? Is it easy to get accommodation, and like what range
Okay.
should one be looking at if one is coming
Yeah.
to?
So accommodation here, when I first came from Nigeria, you know how it is to look for accommodation in Nigeria. The only thing you need to be bothered about is your budget and where you want to, the location you want to stay. You don't need to be looking for contracts and all those good. You know how here is totally different. Bayobi can relate. Here,
Uh,
hmm, here, if you want to look for accommodation, that's when you will know that you are not in your country.
yeah.
Because you will need to provide them with a contract, and not just any contract. A FIHO is what they're looking for. FIHO here is a permanent contract. Because they don't want a situation whereby today you're working, tomorrow you're telling them you cannot pay
Yeah.
rent. Yes. So you need to give them FIHO. And that FIHO is not common, it's not easy to get FIHO. Where you're working, most people are they got their
We
job
call
from
it Theodos here.
they got their job from Laboral Temporal. Laboral Temporal is like um a an agency that helps companies recruit, but usually the jobs they get are temporal jobs. So for you to get FIHO, you have to have stayed for some time. They've studied you. They've seen that you're a good addition to their company or the skill you're offering. Nobody can, you have to really be good at what you do, productive and, otherwise. So that's I'm just trying to make you understand how difficult FIHO is. You have to have worked for some time with the company for you to get FIHO. You have to be good at what you do. You have to be very productive also. When you bring this FIHO, they will now assess you and know if it's something. They will now tell you, okay, he has FIHO and all these things, good stuff. Of course, you have residency. Residency, if you don't have residency, that's not how you get what they call it, a house. You can't rent any house except you want to sublet, which is a reality in Spain. Subletting means I'm the owner of this apartment now. I'm the original owner. I'm the one that went to the landlord and paid the full sum. Then Bayobi came. She wants to rent a room in my apartment. So Bayobi is going to be paying me maybe 200 euros every month, which is the case, or lesser. It depends on where the apartment is. So that's subletting. She doesn't need to come with contract. This is man no man now. Because I know Bayobi, I'll say, okay, Bayobi, I'm going to give you 180. And that's okay. You don't have to pay any bill. That 180 covers
the bills,
bill, lights, water, and all those good stuff. Then that one is if Bayobi is a single person. You understand? Because if Bayobi is coming with 3 children now, you don't expect Bayobi to be looking for one room. It won't make sense. She needs to like maybe 2-bedroom apartment where children can stay, and yes, there will be space. So this is the case. Subletting is easier, but if you want to get your own apartment as a family person, it's not easy. It's difficult. Then coming to pricing. For pricing, this depends on location. I stay in Valencia, and in Valencia, where I stay is even city center in Valencia. And if the cheapest house that you can get here is 600, 700 euros per month.
How many bedrooms?
3-bedroom apartment, 600. If you see 600, you're extremely lucky. If you see 600 in the city center, you know that God likes you very much. Because what you will be seeing mostly is 800 and above for 3-bedroom. 800 and above. But that 600 is maybe all those old houses that they're just looking for how they will give it. Even old houses here are expensive, my dear. It's just for you to be, if you're in luck, you might see something at 600 at the city center. But if you go down into there's places we call pueblos. Pueblos are villages, not our type of village. When I say village, most people will be like, village? No, I don't want to stay in village. Village is not like Nigerian village. Like village is very wonderful here. So when you go to places like villages, you will see houses cheaper, way cheaper, depending on the village too. You can see houses for 300, 400 per month, as the case may be. So it all depends on, but the disadvantage of staying in the village is usually that you really cannot connect to many things.
Many people.
Villages are different. The way they are structured is different from how the city is. If you want to go anywhere now, I can just come out. The bus station is here. I'll just enter bus and I'm out. But in the village, you need to like walk a distance to where all the things are. The commercial center is, and in another place. You have to be motorable also if you want to stay in the village, because buses don't ply some of these villages. So but some people don't mind. They just want something that is affordable. They don't mind, because village too, the houses there are wonderful. Everything is good. Nothing spoiled in that village. So if that's where your money can afford, you have your kids, you're looking for affordability, please happily go to the village. It's not a bad idea. I hope I was able to answer the question.
Yes. Like also in Portugal, if you are looking for a family house Also, you need like a fiedosh, like a guarant, somebody that will stand for you, a guarantor that will stand for you.
Yes,
That
yes, yes.
if
I forgot to add that
anything,
one. It's also, yes, you need that too here.
yes,
A
once
guarantee.
you have such person, then you produce your contract, your work contract. The landlord giving you a house, they want to be sure that you can pay the house. But for students, most students love to take house around the school side. So their houses, like in Aveiro, I live in Aveiro. In Aveiro, you can get houses like 250, like 250, 300. Sometimes bills inclusive. Yes, it's
Um,
a shared apartment. Is a
okay,
shared
okay.
apartment. So you can see houses like that, like 250 bills, everything inclusive, 300, depending on how you, or depending on the landlords. You can see 250, 280, like that. Then all the documents that you need, your school will give you documents. They know you are a student, that you are not coming, you don't have anybody here. So your school will give you a document that you are going to present to them, and ensure that any accommodation that you get, that you get a contract, because you need that contract when you are going to SEF, when you are going to immigration. We call them SEF here. You need that contract. They want to be sure you have an accommodation. When you are going to SEF, you have an accommodation, that you own your. Can you use euro or dollar card from Nigeria or Portugal? Okay. Yes, you can use. Okay, so you ensure that you collect a contract. It is very, very important. And someone asked a question: what is job like? What is the job market like in Portugal? Okay, the truth is, I'm not. I just want to be plain. I don't want to sugarcoat. I don't want to do like make it sweet. The truth is, when you come in, you want to look for job. You want to share, let me get anything. And one thing about Portugal, I don't know if it's like that in Spain, there is dignity in labor. Whether you're a cleaner, whether you are a factory worker, you work jackie. In Nigeria, that a cleaner is nobody. Here, a cleaner can drive the same car that you are working at home, that you are doing remote job, can do it. The cleaner, the person even taking care of our own apartment here, the car she's driving, it's the same car. Even you that you are even working in office sef, you will even be like, how much is she? They every In fact, they collect the minimum wage that you are collecting. They are sweeping. You are looking at them like there is dignity in labor. So just note that. So you see someone working in as a cleaner, and you fortunately got a remote job, that you work from home. Most times you collect the same salary, you collect the same minimum wage. The only difference might be in your feeding allowance. There are some factories that will pay 3.5. There are some remote job that will pay €5. So you can see where it is. And also there is something they pay, bonuses. Most companies do that to encourage workers. Maybe you, out of the 30 days or 31 days in a month, you completed it without missing any day, they will compensate you. Also, that's how they do their compensation. They do it every month. So you might be fortunate that you completed all your months without missing any day. They will give you your compensation. Not that it's big money, but at least it's adding to what you're earning. Okay, these are other ways that you can also earn in Portugal. So the most likely job, you can apply for remote job, but these days, A lot of people are coming in the way they are trooping into Portugal. Like you'll be like, is it only Portugal? What is there? Like I'm always like, what is it? Go now. Before now, you will say, yes, they speak Portuguese, but now you see more of people that speaks English. Yeah, because a lot of people are migrating. The way they are migrating, I'm just wondering. They are now struggling the job. Like before now, when you all this remote job, they look for English speakers, you even be doing shakara. So I remember my old time, I was studying and I would just be applying just to, because I know my study would not allow me. When they call me, I would just tell them, I'm sorry, I'm not interested for now. Later, when I'm done, when I'm done with my study, I will come back. I will apply again. They will call me, they will interview me. Oh, Doris, these are what we're going to pay you. These are these. You see lots of job, you apply. They call you, you apply. But these days, you apply, submit in LinkedIn, Indeed, everywhere. A lot of people are competing. But there are factory jobs. Like, factory jobs. When I talk about factory jobs, you have to work with your hands. Like fishing companies, they have fishing companies here where, people, some of us from Nigeria, like, when you see somebody that migrate, that, the person is not just like someone that comes for study, the person is not just working anyhow in Nigeria. Like the person must have been a tush person. It's
Mm.
yeah, you will come. Like factory job, you just want to get something doing. You want to do something and you want to go for it. But when you know that you have bills to pay, when you know um, you have school fees to pay, you want to do something. You want to go for the factory job, and there are factory jobs if you want to go for factory jobs. But for the remote job, or there are a lot of competitions, a lot, a lot of it. So for someone asking the job market, yes, when you come, it's just that when you come, you have to decide, do I want to work in a factory, or let me still be struggling maybe one day. You might be fortunate, you apply and they give you. But let me tell you that these days there are lots of people migrating to Portugal, and you are now struggling for the job, okay, the available job that ordinarily you don't have to stress yourself and you get it, okay. Amara, I don't know if it's like that in Spain also.
Okay, the job
And
market
again,
is
it's also because we are English speakers. Okay, let's say you understand Portuguese, and if you understand Portuguese,
is better.
it would be faster for you.
Yes.
But for the English speaking job, there are lots of people that you're going to compete with.
Yes. Yeah. So the job market in Spain is very competitive. It's same thing. It's very competitive.
Competitive.
Um, based on so many issues. If you're coming to Spain as somebody who knows how to speak conversational Spanish, I think I've said this in 1 million times, but I'll say it again. If you're coming to Spain as somebody who knows how to speak conversational Spanish and you have your residence, you may even get job that month. It's easier, way easier, because no matter what you're doing, even if you want to go and teach English, you need conversational Spanish. You need to be able to say, hola, mi membro. You need to be able to say your name to your fellow teachers, or except you want to teach online. And even if you're teaching online, you need to know some word, because these children or whoever you're teaching, some of them sometimes you just need to tell them, libro, book, libro, book. You tell them, what else will I say? mesa, table, mesa, table. So that's, you cannot really like teach them. If you want them to start understanding what you're doing, you need conversational Spanish. It's important.
Yeah.
It's important. Me, I will not come here and come and quote it and say, no problem, come, don't worry, English speakers, 100%. No. You need conversational Spanish. One. Number two, as Doris said, in this Spain, there is dignity of labor. 100%. In looking at it in the fact that when we come from Nigeria, I too came from Nigeria. When I came here, I was like, if job come, I say, this one, no. Why will I come and doing this job? My dear, I've worked as, there's nothing I've done, it's not work I've not done. I've worked as caregiver. Caregiver, oh, when you come here, if you really need money, except you don't, or if you really want to, because sometimes if you do not work, you will not be respected. If you don't work, government will not even rate you. If you don't work, you self, you'll be frustrating yourself because you need to earn in euros.
Yeah.
You have bills
Yeah.
to pay. You have rent to do. If you have children, you have fees.
Aside
You have
from that,
bills.
when it is cold time, cold will just frustrate you.
Exactly, call to frustrate you. You need to earn in. It's so important. You just cannot. You cannot be waiting for that English job. Meanwhile, you can do other things and still be earning. When I did care job, because here in Spain, you know, we have older population. I don't know if it's like that in Portugal.
Yes, we
Our
do.
older population is on the high. Like, there are so many elderly people who need
Yeah.
help, who need attention, who need somebody to stay with them, take care of them, you know, help them, give them their medication. And some of them have reduced mobility. That job is like hot cake here because so many old people, and they need, and the pay is wonderful. Even if you're working as part-time, the money you'll be making is not a small money. Like, and they'll still be giving you incentives, all those good stuff, because the family of the people would want you to stay. Like, they'll be treating you like king and queen, so that you'll be taking care of their mother very well. They're not there to be watching you every day, how you're feeding her, so they want to pet you and treat you well, so that you in turn would treat their mother well. But you just imagine if I said, do you know the course I studied? After I finished studying, I don't want to go and take care of somebody. You'll be there. You'll be thinking that that perfect job, because I say, when you're coming from your country, there's something you have in your head. You know, when I come, I will get this job. I'll sit there in my house, I'll be doing it, or I'll wear suits. Nobody's wear suit here. Nobody's wear suit here. No, even if you're walking in bank, that's wear suit though. So you just need to have that thing at the back of your head. If you don't know how to speak the language, you're limited. Two, if you're coming here, the jobs that are readily available are skilled jobs that require hand. Like here in Valencia is the orange country. We have too many farms that plant oranges. So they are usually looking for people that will help them with harvesting and all those things.
Yeah.
So if you're somebody who have that capacity to work in a farm, then you'll be paid. Our minimum wage is 1,100 euros. So that's the basic. Of course, you'll be paid maybe more than that, but you cannot be paid less than 1,001. So they will still give if you overwork, because if you're working in the farm, it's based on the job you do on that day. So they tell you, okay, harvest 20 kahas of orange. Somebody that harvested 50 kahas, 50 kaha is a basin. So if somebody that harvested 50 will earn more than you. Do you get? So it depends on your capacity, what you're able to do in that farm. You will earn more. And also, working in that farm, most times is seasonal. When there are no oranges to harvest, they will tell you there's no work. No work. So that's how it works there. So yeah, there are factory works where you can be packaging vegetables,
Yeah.
all those kind of works. They are available, and they don't need plenty language to work there. Once you know,
They
you
don't.
see your mate,
Yeah.
because there are so many people
Yes.
there. All of them are packing the vegetable. You
Yes.
follow them and packing. You don't need to be hearing perfect language.
Yes.
So if you're somebody that
In
you just
fact,
need something
you
to do
don't
today,
even
tomorrow.
have time to talk. You don't
Yes, you
even
don't.
have time to talk.
Yeah,
You want
exactly.
to do.
You
They
just
don't
do
need
the work.
language.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
don't have time to start talking or exchanging pleasantries. What you need to do is just to do what they are telling you to do. You will see people.
Yes.
There will be other Nigerians also who have the same
Yes.
limitation as you. They
Yes.
will be there. If anyone you don't understand, you can ask them, please, what they say? They will explain
Yes.
to you.
Yes.
And that's how you
You
do
will
it.
definitely. Yes. You will definitely meet an English speaker in a
Yes,
factory. You
yes,
will definitely
definitely.
meet
Most
someone that speaks
definitely.
the same language with you.
Yes,
So it's always like that in a factory
yes,
job. But
certain.
it's just
Yes,
that when someone like when we come to a country like that, you just expect that I can't do this thing in my country. Why should
exactly.
I start coming to do it here?
Yes.
But when you look at the pay, when you look at the pay that it's the same pay that
It's not
minimum
the
wage.
same, oh. It's more than what times 10.
Yes.
Times 10 of what they are paying you in
Okay.
Nigeria. That's if they don't owe you salary in
Somebody
Nigeria. It's more than, way more
it's
than.
and one good thing is they don't owe you.
They, ah,
They
they
don't
can never
owe
owe
you.
you.
Yes,
They
they
can
don't
never
owe
owe
you.
you.
That's what I found out about this place. If they will tell you when you are starting the job, they will even tell you when they are going to pay the money.
Of course.
They would, if it's on the 8th they are of every month, it doesn't exceed that day. You will just see your money in your account. That's
Your
one good thing I
account,
love
yes.
about it. So I'm sure a lot of people are here about Portugal. They want to hear what is really happening in this Portugal embassy, because it's a whole lot of students have actually applied and they are worried. I've not heard any news. I don't know. Yes, the Nigerian community here also, they are also worried about it and they are also doing meeting. I've not heard anything. But I heard they are about the short stay, people that are coming for the short stay. That is the only news I've heard. I've not heard about giving visa. And I also heard that they've also started calling people that have applied since that they've not called. So keep your phone handy. If you have applied before, keep your phone handy so that when they call, you'll be available. Because if they try your number and you're not picking, somebody like me that don't like picking unknown number, if you are like me, please, I will encourage you to start picking your calls so that when they call you, they try you once, they try you second. They might not even be patient to give you a text. So keep your phone handy so that when they call you, you are always there to apply. If I don't know, Amarachi, if you have anything to add so that we can. I know a lot of people have stayed here and they have gained one or two things. Yes, Amarachi here talks about our channel name. I forgot. Let me paste it here so that you can go check out our channel. He talks about Spain, Portugal, and Spain. They are like brothers and sisters. I think my daughter even told me that there was a time that Spain ruled Portugal. They,
Portugal. Yeah.
they do history, so they told me about it.
Yes.
So they are like brothers and sisters. It's as if they share the same thing in common. Okay,
It's
so you
very
can go to
similar.
our channel and check out our video. They are informative. She says the fact. She tells you this is what is obtainable. I love people that don't sugarcoat. Tell people the truth so that when they come, they are not
But
surprised. Like
yeah.
the people that already here that came through my channel, they are like, oh, Biobi, thank you very much. Thank you for already preparing that's already prepared their mind
But
on what they are
yes.
going to meet.
Yes.
So when people tell them that when you call, in fact, you're going to get job immediately,
Uh,
don't
uh,
see it to be so. yes, there are people that will come in and tomorrow,
They
but
will love
the
you.
percentage is like 99 to 1. 1% is only 1% that would maybe, and it is illegal. It is illegal. 1% would only, you come and somebody will tell you, okay, come and clean for me, come and do, and I will pay you. When I came in, I got job immediately. Like I got something doing immediately. And that was because the church I attended, the person, the one of the members asked me to do something for her. And that was it. I was also teaching English. I got job, but it's not always so. So bear it in mind that you might be among the fortunate one. If you're fortunate, glory be to God. And if you're not, don't worry. Once you get your resident permit, I'm sure you're going to meet Nigerians like us, you're going to meet Indians like us, because we have lots of Nigerians, Indians, and Pakistan. We the third countries we are here. You're going to meet
Yeah.
people like us that will put you through. Okay. So if you're hoping to come to Portugal, you're hoping to come to Spain, just prepare your mind that this is what is obtainable. And I know God will bless each and every one of us. Amara, I don't know if you have anything to
Yeah.
add.
So basically, to summarize everything, I would just like to say if you're coming to Spain or Portugal, try and leave your Nigerian mentality back in Nigeria. Nigerian mentality is there's some things I cannot do. There are some jobs I can't do based on my level and status. All those things don't matter. Once you're earning your euro, that's what they want to
Yes,
hear. When you go back
yes.
to Nigeria and you don't have anything to show for it, is there anybody that come and ask you, do you get? So you just need to drop that
Yes,
mentality. When you come here, the mentality of Nigerians are very, very resilient. There are people,
smart.
that's why I like
Yes,
Nigerians. You get,
yes,
you can
yes,
succeed
yes. They
wherever
are
you go.
ready.
Yes. So
Yes,
anywhere
yes,
you are, try and enter, try and integrate, try and don't allow anything stop you from achieving your goal. Do you get?
yeah,
Don't allow maybe the kind of job you're seeing. Just know that you're not in your country. You're not in your
yeah.
country. That's number one. So once you're not in your country, there are some certain things you should not be expecting. You don't want to come here now. You don't know how to speak the language. You want to go and work in Senate. So you just have to understand that you are not in your country. Leave that status, levels, and things behind. Get into the system, try and learn the language, try and integrate with
Yes,
the people. Do not say, I don't know this language, oh, let me not mix up with these people. Mix, that's where you will get connections, that's where you can get jobs. Mix up with these people, the indigens. I know a lot of Nigerians
yes,
who come and they just want to stay with their fellow blacks. They don't want to mix up with people, the Portuguese. They don't want to mix up with the Spaniards. That's a wrong move. Try and mix up with the Spaniards because that's how you even learn the language, you learn their way of life. Spanish people, one thing I know about them is that they love somebody that is even making an attempt to speak. Do you get?
yes. Also in Portugal, they
Yes.
love when you try.
They love
When
it
you
when you
try.
make an attempt. So that is like the little tea I would like to give you if you're planning to come to either of these two countries. Thank you for joining us.
Okay, someone quickly asked a question. We want to end this show now. Someone asked, I joined late, please. I want to ask if application for schools in Portugal are open. Yes, check ISTCE. They are still on. Also, you can check Polytechnic, the Visio. Check that school. They are still on. So any other question, you can check, send me DM. Also, Amara, you can also check a video, Amara Udagu. You can just copy it and see, check out. They have similar things with also Portugal. The same processes. Try
Yes.
and check out a video. They are very informative and live. There's nothing like being sugarcoating anything. Their life experiences, what she has faced, and letting Nigerians out there know that this is what is obtainable in
Yeah.
Spain. Thank you so much for joining us. If there is any other thing, we'll always let you know in our community space. Thank you so much and see you. Bye. Ciao.
Bye.